Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 12 of the 31 Days of Horror. That is right, D-Bougie86 back up in this. And today, I finish out the Homegrown Horrors box set from Vinegar Syndrome. This goodness right here, if you haven't seen it in the last few videos, I said I was going to finish it for this. And the final movie is a movie from 1988, I want to say. From this, whatever the date is, you'll see it when I post the video, anyways. But this is Fatal Exam. Uh, yeah, this one comes from the land of Missouri. That's fucking nuts. Uh, Before I go further with the review, I gotta say I love this box set from Vinegar Syndrome. It's one of the best box sets that I grabbed from them. Blind bought for most of the movies, and it's very interesting. I kind of compare it to like the American Horror Project box sets from Arrow Video. Uh, this is cool. I like this low budget Americana cinema that they're grabbing, releasing into the. I hope they do a volume 2 of this because, yeah, I dug this box set a lot. I really enjoyed it for what it was and the films for what they were. They were all completely different and had some interesting elements to it. And yeah, if you haven't grabbed this yet, grab it. It's a fucking great box set. I really dug it. Uh, Now, on to Fatal Exam. The movie I was kind of dreading watching from this set because I was actually going to watch this one first, believe it or not. But then, since I knew what these movies kind of were going into it, and then I saw the runtime of this movie, I was kind of scared because usually when I see a lower budget horror movie that runs over an hour and a half, usually near the 2 hour mark, which this movie is, it's an hour and 54 minutes long, I get kind of scared because a lot of times, and I say this a lot with uh, independent cinema that I've been watching lately, they don't like to edit shit out of their movies sometimes, and it gets kind of noticeable in that sense, with that aspect of the movie itself where you could see where, like, maybe you could have cut that out. You could cut that out, maybe. Or you could cut this scene out. Like, kind of like that aspect of this type of cinema. But overall, I actually did enjoy this film for what it was. Now, I will say, it does run a little long. And that's a critique that I give to a lot of these independent movies when I watch them. It could have been cut maybe like 10, 15 minutes tops, maybe. But I did like the aspect of the movie. Did get kind of going after hilarity ensues. This movie kind of cracked me up when I was watching it because it starts out with this awesome, like, slow motion dream sequence, which cracked me the fuck up. But before I get any more into the movie and the plot about its runtime, uh, if you didn't know what Fatal Exam was about, it's about this group of like college students that are. It's like near the end of like school year and stuff. It's like at the end of May, and what ends up happening is they end up doing like this because they're in like this parapsychology class where they're looking up, you know, ghost hunting and shit like that. They're kind of like those type of people, kind of like think like the class of Peter Vinkton taught it or some bullshit like that. But yeah, parapsychology, I believe that's what it is for the paranormal. And their teacher, who has a amazing mustache, I may add, but we'll save that for another story. Uh, he gives them this extra curriculum assignment that they could choose to do, and what this is pretty much this assignment is, or the fatal exam of the movie, is they group of students have to stay in like this house where these murders happened in to see if there's anything going on, like supernatural or anything like that. So the cool thing about this movie is it's kind of like a Ghost Hunters episode near the beginning where, they're trying to investigate if there's anything spooky about this house that these murders took place in, where, shit goes down. But then during, like, the halfway point of the movie, it turns into kind of like a slasher in a sense, where this cloak killer with a fucking scythe comes around and starts fucking stalking them one by one. But then it goes into like a sort of other supernatural twist where you finally figure out what is actually going on within the film and the final reveal, and it involves some crazy stop motion, which ironically two of the movies from this box set do, this one and Winter Beast, which I wasn't expecting. But yeah, that's besides the point. Yeah, I kind of dig that about this, where this movie does kind of go. It feels like a roller coaster, but with the longevity and equality of like some of the acting in the film, plus some of like the slow motion scenes where people are just walking around pretty much. It does feel kind of long at times. I will not lie, but then when shit happens, like there's this funny scene where it involves like a fight, and the sound effects they use are fucking hilarious. It cracked me the hell up. There is fun to be had with this film. I'm not saying that it's terrible. This is a watchable movie to me. I've seen way worse movies this budget with even longer than this one that I can't say that I could recommend to people. But I dug this for what it was. Is it perfect? By no means it is. Like I said, some of the acting is so-so, and it does drag in a few parts of the movie. The musical score and the sound effects are amazing to me. They crack me up. And the ending actually kind of had a good aesthetical choice of what was going on with the final reveal of the mystery, what's going on with this house and why this cloaked killer is trying to take these students out. And it had some twists and turns that I wasn't expecting. But like I said, there's like a scene that's legitimately like 5 minutes long of a dude just staring at his watch. You could have probably cut that out. Just saying. I know he was going for the effect because there's supposed to be murders at a certain time. That's supposed to be, or a sacrifice. So you had to survive that time before it happened, pretty much. It's a good aesthetical choice, and I did like it about the movie. And this looks great. It's probably the most clean. It's actually the only one of these movies that was actually in full widescreen. So I dug that about it too. Yeah, fun movie. Fun movie. Like I said, a little too long. Some so-so acting. And yeah, that's my pretty major critiques. I've seen a lot worse. And, Fatal Exam, I check it out. So yeah, that was it for the Homegrown Horrors box sets reviews that I did for this 31 Days of Horror. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, support Vinegar Syndrome because I want to see another one of these box sets. This was a cool release. But yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you next time and tomorrow, peeps. So see you then. Bye-bye.